Welcome back to my annual belated Oscar series wherein I look at all the categories at the Academy Awards except for the short film ones. I rank the nominees based on who I think should win the Oscar, and then I talk about who I think will win the Oscar. But of course, for this batch of videos, I'm going to be talking about the 88th Academy Awards from 2016 because I didn't get to do it then. But anyway, I'm going to continue where I left off with the category of Best Original Song, and the nominees are Earned It from 50 Shades of Grey, music and lyrics by Ahmad Balshay, Stephen Mocchio, Jason Quenneville, and Abel Tesfaye. Manta from Racing Extinction, music by J. Ralph, lyrics by Anoni. Simple Song Number 3 from Youth, music and lyrics by David Lang. Till It Happens to You from The Hunting Ground, music and lyrics by Lady Gaga and Diane Warren. And Writings on the Wall from Spectre, music and lyrics by Jimmy Napes and Sam Smith. Now this is sort of a weird list for me because some of them I just don't think deserve to be on here, but at the same time I don't really know of any songs that came out in this year that I would, replace them with. So I guess let's just try to rank them, I suppose. So in terms of who I think should have won the Oscar, at 5th place I'm going to put Writings on the Wall from Spectre. It's really just not a remarkable song. As far as James Bond songs go, this is pretty weak. It does have the requisite elegance and class that's associated with James Bond, which does make more sense for Spectre since this movie was meant to be like the first old school Daniel Craig James Bond movie after the first three had like their own kind of gritty vibe. And the lyrics are typical Bond, and but there's just nothing that stands out about it. Like, it's just so hard to describe. The thing that this song has going for it is Sam Smith's vocal performance, and for the most part, he does a really good job. It's just that when he hits that falsetto in the chorus, it's sort of a misfire. Like, I know they wanted it to be like an emotional high point, but it just comes off as overdoing it, and it's just not a song that holds up after repeat listens. Now at number 4, I am going to put Manta from Racing Extinction. First of all, if you have not seen Racing Extinction yet, the documentary, please watch it. It's so important and it's so great. Now it's weird to me that they didn't pick the song sung by Sia towards the end of the film because it was a lot happier and whatnot. By comparison, Manta is such a downer of a song, which I guess is fine given the subject matter of the documentary, which is the demise of humanity. So that's understandable. I really like the way Manta sounds. It's really delicately composed. It has like this dreamlike sort of composition and writing that really does work and carries over the tone of the documentary until they say the word biodiversity. There's a lyric in the song that uses the word biodiversity and it takes you right out of it. It's just such a weird line, and they never mention the word biodiversity ever again, so it just feels so forced in there that it really does bring the song down all the way for me, down to number 4, so that's why it's here. Now, number 3, and I absolutely hate the fact that I'm gonna say this, is Earned It from 50 Shades of Grey. Disclaimer, I absolutely hate 50 Shades of Grey, and this song totally does not match the tone of the film and how unintentionally creepy the movie is. But the reason why it's here at number 3 is, admittedly, out of context, the song is a really good song, and I'm not even like that big a fan of The Weeknd, but The Weeknd really does just bring a sexier vibe to this song than the entire film had. In fact, this song, from the way it's written and the way it's performed, really accomplishes better what 50 Shades the movie was trying to do this whole time, so I will give it credit for that. It's just that, this is the Oscars, not the Grammys. So as a song used in the movie, it just doesn't really work. Now at number 2, I am going to put Simple Song Number 3 from Youth. First of all, this is BS that this song and Manta were not performed at the Oscars. Like, I think that's super unfair. They had the other 3 songs performed, but these two, I really would have wanted to see a song like Simple Song Number 3 performed because it's a classical song with operatic vocals, but it does totally fit the surreal, wistful vibe of the film Youth. And of all the nominees in this category, Simple Song Number 3 is the only one that's played as part of the story and not just a credit song. It does transition into the end credits, but the way they use it as part of the story really works because, throughout the film you keep hearing about this Simple Song series and you're hyped up for it, so by the time you hear it, like the payoff really is worth it. It's such a great, unique song. Lyrically speaking, you can't really pinpoint what it's about, but it's a song that's more about feeling than actual meaning, in my opinion. And for that, it works. And it, even if you can't really connect to it personally, it will send chills up your spine. And at number one, the song that I think deserved to win the Oscar was "Till It Happens to You" from The Hunting Ground. This is the real simple song. Like, it's the way it's written, the way it's composed, it really only carries one sentiment for a very loaded issue, because the documentary The Hunting Ground is about rape cases on US college campuses, and that is a very complex issue for some people. But this song really only has one sort of message to it, and for me, that's all it needs, because the emotional impact of this song is crazy. And you really see it in how Lady Gaga keeps repeating the same lines during the song. And for me, that shows how these rape victims have to keep explaining themselves to people, and when it comes to their cases, when really they shouldn't be explaining themselves that much, because it's a pretty simple matter. The fact that they got raped, it wasn't their fault, and their perpetrators just go off scot-free. It's really infuriating, and I think that this song captures that really, really well. And I'm not even a big fan of Lady Gaga at all, but her vocal performance here is great, and I really thought it deserved to win the Oscar. So of course I was very upset when this song did not win. This was my official bet as to which song would win the Oscar, and instead it went to Sam Smith. Whatever, I really thought this would get it because it has the social relevance edge. And Lady Gaga was supposedly campaigning very hard for the song. So I think it's an absolute travesty that Writings on the Wall won, when I can't even tell you what that song is about. It does not hold a candle to Till It Happens to You, in my opinion. Alright, so those are my thoughts on the Best Original Song category from last year. What did you guys think of the nominees? Who did you think should have won? Who did you think was going to win? Whatever you thought, whether you agree with me or not, please leave me a comment. Let's have a conversation.